eldest boy.
Sweet and sour sauce on my pussy. Pink 50s and whatnot.
All right, guys. Welcome back to the Pulse with Willie and Al. How's it going today, bro?
Hey, not too bad, man. Not too bad. How about you?
I can't complain. It's getting a little cold here, but
Yeah.
that just means it's time for football. I'm kind of sad almost because it means I only have 4 weeks left, 4 Sundays left of dealing with, oh, maybe three now. Yeah, 3 Sundays left of daylight savings time here before the games move to 9 o'clock, and that's super sad.
What was
Um,
the start time for the Ireland game Sunday?
Uh,
Did you get to
four.
watch the
Yeah,
whole
it was four
entirety?
thirty in the afternoon for me, so it was
Oh,
actually
it's a
really
treat.
nice. Yeah, it was
Oh, man.
it was really good. We had some shrimp tacos. We had a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah, it was nice. It was good, man. Not used to football at that time, but really fun. So, but yeah, guys, we are back today with episode 96, Al's and Willie's picks. And we are going to go through some Major League Baseball preview for the postseason, and we'll dip into a little bit with the NFL in terms of what happened in Week 4. Some very interesting stuff there, and we'll wrap up with fantasy. And it's going to be a nice thick episode this week, thick and curvy, because
Heck,
we
boy.
we're not going to be here next week. So we
Yeah.
want to try to load everything in, and then we'll come back, and of course, everything we're going to say is actually going to happen in the Major
Yeah.
League Baseball playoffs. So
Yeah.
let's go ahead and start. First thing, before we jump into the postseason preview, this is news that it came out literally right after we dropped our last episode. But Major League Baseball announced that the robot umpires are approved for next year for part of the challenge system, and I wanted to kind of bring this back to you, Al, because you had mentioned that you had seen this implemented in the minor leagues,
Yeah.
and you were a supporter of it. You were for it. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm all for umpires getting the call right.
Hmm.
And this doesn't replace umpires completely. They're still humans on the field, obviously, that are making ball and strike calls, but like, you get to challenge one or two of those. And like I think that's nice. And
Okay.
I think the one thing that I don't like about replay is that sometimes it takes forever. Um, and it's
Mhm.
kind of always been the thing in the NFL, the NBA too. Like it sometimes like ruins the flow of a game.
Mhm.
But like other than that, I'm for them getting calls right. You know what I mean? Like I don't like so many. We all have that with like it's happened to your Braves. It's happened to my Red Sox. We're like got hosed on a call that like cost us a crucial game because umpires wouldn't overturn it or couldn't overturn it. Like
Right.
so,
The only time that I do not, and again, umpires are going to make calls that we don't care for sometimes. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, but I think they have a very difficult job. And I will say, like, I would never want to be an umpire when Nolan McLean is pitching. I'm good on that. I don't need that on that's not on my to-do list or anything I'd want to venture into because his pitches were ridiculous. And I thought we were going to be seeing some of them in the playoffs. However, um, but yeah,
we
I
are not.
I too am
Nope.
a big proponent for let's get the call right. And if we can do
Yeah.
that, and it can be quick and efficient, I'm all about that. So excited to be able to see that, and maybe some other changes that we have coming down the pike for Major League Baseball. But let's jump into the playoffs here, man. What a wild ending to the end of the regular season. The first games are going to start tonight. Which is
Yeah.
crazy. We've obviously got the Phillies and Brewers getting a bye, and then in the American League, the Blue Jays and the Mariners. Um,
Real quick, having to sweat out going into the weekend, the Red Sox needed to win either one game or Houston to lose one game.
yep.
And we had that on Thursday and we lost to Toronto. And I was
Hmm.
just like, I've been a Red Sox fan long enough to know that like we fuck up a lot of things. I know we've won 4 World Series since like and it's all gravy, but like I still there's part of me that's has that old Red Sox DNA ingrained in me that's like, well, we need to win one game, we're for sure getting fucking swept.
Yeah.
And Houston, we're for sure that's what's going to happen. And
uh,
we won on a walk-off homer, a walk-off triple,
yeah,
sorry,
walk
on
off
Friday
triple.
night.
Amazing.
And you know what I mean? It was nice to like just have the rest of the weekend to be like, cool. I don't really have to worry.
Yeah, it feels
So,
good when you've got that. Um, One thing I don't think we mentioned it last week, but we had talked about it over the weekend with Cal Raleigh, and we've been talking about him all year. I know we've been hyping him up, but him hitting his 60th home run, the home run call from the commentator on that was
oh,
just
it's so good.
a thing of beauty. And like, and I mentioned this to you, but like in a day and age where I think some commentators try to overdo it, uh, the commentator for the Mariners really what he did was let the crowd kind of carry that moment. And it was
Yeah.
just super powerful, very emotional, and really, really well done. So I really, really like that. Was obviously happy for him, and the Mariners in general. They weren't able to secure the 1 seed, but they get a bye through the first round of the playoffs. And I'm like, what a
That's
really,
huge.
yeah, that's a huge thing, a very big advantage for them going forward. Um, all four of those teams, we could talk about them not next week, but the following week, we'll mention about them. But just really neat to be able to see that those four teams are going to get a quick breather, as these 3 game series play out. Um, Anything else you wanted to mention about that? Oh, anything else you wanted to mention about that at all?
Uh, no, like I just like I said, like I think that like it, it's it, it's cool seeing Seattle. It's cool seeing some new teams in the playoffs that you don't see often.
Yeah.
Like Toronto hasn't won the division since 2015.
Hmm.
Seattle hasn't won the division since '01.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm excited to see some new teams. And,
That's
Phillies and Brewers have been in a lot lately, but like in the American League, it's kind of
Ooh, I think you cut out there a little bit.
anybody's game, and I'm really excited to kind of break that down. So,
Nice. Okay.
I'm just saying that it's nice. Oh, okay. Sorry. Can you hear me now? Okay. I was just saying it's nice to have new teams in the American League winning the division in Toronto and Seattle.
Yeah, and it could kind of be an interesting thing to think that the World Series part of it could be played in Canada this year.
Great.
I know that wouldn't be favorable for you, but just kind of a neat thing. But let's jump in. The first matchup we've got, and this is so fitting for the American League that this is the way it ends up. But Detroit at Cleveland, and we've got Scooble against Gavin Williams on the mound. Just how befitting that the two American League series will feature rivals. I just super
Yeah.
super cool. So why don't you tell me a little bit about Detroit or Cleveland, whatever you want to start with and stuff, and what you're seeing in this series?
I think we need to just start with Detroit and like the collapse that happened in the season for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had, I think it was like what, like 10 and a half game lead going into September.
I thought it was 12 and a half,
It might
but
have been
yeah,
like
it was obscenely big. Mm-hmm.
at one point they were up 15 and a half games in this division, and they are not division champs. And I just kept thinking about your dad, and I wanted to text him, but I was like, I've been on the other end of collapses before, and I like don't want anybody talking to me about it. Like I'm just like, hey man, I understand. I'm watching it. I understand it. I don't need somebody to ask me how I'm doing at
Yeah.
that point. It's
In
like,
fact, in fact, those people that message me during those times, they're the ones that I write down on a list.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so
I
the
filed it way up here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you're right. It's been just an absolute hard nosedive. Not even September, like the beginning of August. It's just been really,
yeah,
really rough. You look at their record since the All Star break, and it's not good.
yeah,
In September, I think they're playing what 200 ball.
yeah. It's not
It's
great. They
yeah.
they just they lost a lot of games, and Cleveland got hot, and that's how you got Cleveland winning the division.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Cleveland beat them five
so
out of six in the last 2 weeks of the season, so that's really
yep,
tough. Detroit, if they want to win this series, they've got to obviously get good pitching from their starters. They've been leaning on Scuba a lot, but Mise as well. Like they really need these guys to step up. Flaherty as well if he's able to. And they need to find their stroke again at the plate. Like they just, yeah, that's what she said. But no, they need to,
Yeah.
right? They need to. They've got to be able to figure that out because Cleveland's a team that's really hot that no one wants to play right now. And I mean, Cleveland's got a great story with how they ended the season. It's just
Yeah.
kind of that Cinderella team right now. Um, However, Cleveland's not going to win this series if they revert back to how they were playing, before August.
Yeah,
So,
offense. The thing that worries me with Cleveland is like offensively they go stale sometimes,
mhm.
and like it's really just Jose Ramirez and Stephen Kwan, and
Yeah,
Stephen Kwan hasn't been much of a real factor, and it's really just Jose Ramirez.
yeah, they need a lot.
Uh,
They also need their bullpen to carry them, which is,
they do.
yeah, that's going to be a big thing in this. And are they able to shut down these Tiger hitters? Can the Tiger hitters get hot? It's kind of a cat and mouse game that they've got going on here. But game one, you've got Scooble, the best, second best pitcher in the game right now, next to Skeens,
No,
right?
he's one of the best. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of tough. I don't know. If Otani was a full time pitcher, you throw him in there too. Like what? It's crazy. But
Right.
him going up against Gavin Williams. Any predictions for game one or this series that you want to throw out there?
I think this is gonna be a pitcher's duel. I
Mm-hmm.
think Gavin Williams has been clutch for the Cleveland down the stretch, especially in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
And he's arguably their best pitcher. He's 12-5, ERA of around 3. Like, I mean, Scooble has an ERA of 2.21, and like he's been the thing with Scooble. If you look at his record, he's 13-6. He's been the victim of a lot of games of no run support,
Yeah, a lot of no
and
decision
that's
games too that ended up not in his favor. And I'm like, man, if he was just you put this guy on the Dodgers, who knows what happens, right?
yeah.
Where he's getting a ton of run support, or put him on the Yankees, see what. Oh God, that's terrible to say, but
I
like,
hate myself.
yeah.
Gross, gross.
What do you think's going to happen in this game, and like, is that going to be the determining factor in the series? You think for these teams?
I do. I think ultimately I think Cleveland wins this series. They're peaking at the right time.
Hmm.
That's really what the playoffs have been about for a long time in baseball now is like who's getting hot at the right time, especially the last since the 2020s. Like you think about like teams like Arizona,
Yeah, they come to mind.
Texas, like yeah, they both get hot, right time. There you go. Like
Even like, and
oh
it's awful to see even the Phillies some years. Yeah, they didn't win the World Series, but like you look at the this particular year that I'm thinking of, but like the Braves were the team that led all year. The Phillies come in, they're the hot team. They beat the Braves, and it's just like, dang it, man! Like, did we have to play them first? It just sometimes you just
yeah,
don't want that matchup. But uh, in spirit of my dad, I'm gonna take Detroit.
that's fair.
Yeah, I gotta split with you on that. Let's see what happens with this, and we'll see what happens because it's. I really think in a 3 game series, it's you have to be unbelievable to come back down 0-1 and win two. It's
Especially because all 3 games are in Cleveland.
well,
That's the thing. Like
that's the issue, right? Like I think that's the big part of it. And if you don't win game one with your best pitcher out there, it's going to be really tough to get 2 more, right? Like
yeah.
really tough. Now one that you would love to talk about, right? Like October wouldn't
Do I
be,
ever?
yeah, it wouldn't be October without a Red Sox and a Yankee series, and it's too bad we don't have Uncle Raj on the show today, because
It is too bad.
I mean we
It's
know
too
what
bad.
he's gonna say. He'll probably
Yeah.
cast some insult at you that has nothing to do with baseball, and
He's
then
a scummy Yankees fan.
yeah,
That's
yeah, it's
yeah.
it's it that that he's got his own set of problems with being a Yankee fan, right?
Yeah,
So
and I know he's hurting right now. He recently found out he's only the 211th best Myro. He's really slipping down the rankings, and it's a fall from grace,
it is,
It
it
is.
is. But yeah, you guys are gonna have your ace this year, right? And honestly,
Yes,
it
sir.
it kind of seems like he might actually be one of the favorites for the Cy Young. I say one of, but like it might be him that wins it this year. Uh, Garrett, you got Garrett Crochet and then Max Fried, and Max Fried's what 19 game winner this year. You
Yeah,
know,
Max Fried's you guys had him a number of years in Atlanta. That dude couldn't stay healthy,
Yeah.
and now he's healthy.
Yeah. So let me just ask you, how are you feeling about this series? You kind of take the floor here. Let me know what you think.
I First of all, I legally have to say this. Fuck the New York Yankees. I hate them with every fiber of my being. And if there was one team that was just vanquished off the existence of this earth, I would choose the Yankees,
What if you
and
had
I
a
wouldn't think
chance?
what
What if you had a chance to save Judge and take him on your team?
fine, great.
Okay.
Like I like Aaron Judge. I think he's a great player.
But the
Like
rest of them
I
can
just
go.
hate that he I just hate that he plays for such a garbage franchise.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Um yeah, so legally now that I've gotten that out of the way, I have a lot of concerns going into this series. I wanted when it was coming down to the last week of the season and
Hmm.
Toronto owned the tiebreaker over the Yankees, I was really secretly hoping the Yankees were going to win the division. I kind of wanted Toronto. I wanted no part of the Yankees because the Yankees are fucking hot right now.
Yeah.
And they have two guys that have won 18 and 19 games respectively that are going to go games 1 and 2. I just Cody Bellinger's had a career year. Like Judge is doing Aaron Judge things. Like it's yeah. I'm just I can't watch a world where the Yankees eliminate us and then have to sit and think about that all winter.
Yeah.
I'll go fucking mad.
Yeah.
I will go mad. I golly. I
um.
remember '03 and the thoughts I had that winter, and I never want to go back to that again.
Yeah.
Um, that being said, game one is really important for us
Hmm.
because Crochet this year has pitched against the Yankees 4 times. The Sox are 4-0 against the Yankees in those games.
Hmm.
We do have a flair for the dramatic, which I love. And I think that like if anything is suspect with this Yankees team, it's their bullpen.
Hmm.
Their bullpen has been suspect all year. They're real hot and cold, and my hope is that we have some late inning dramatics, and that's how we do it. And I think if we can win game one, that puts a lot of pressure on the Yankees for tomorrow night,
Hmm.
and then it all falls on Carlos Rodon, who respectfully, great season, also respectfully shitty in the playoffs. So like, and this is I laid awake a lot last night thinking about this game tonight. Like tonight's game one, and it's all I've thought about. And I think I think there's a world where the Sox can do this because we have been resilient all year, and there's like even the game we clinched Friday night, we were down 3-0 going into the sixth, and then we chip away, chip away, chip away. I think we can win this series. I think it's going to go 3 games. I think we can win this series.
Hmm.
And that's not me being a homer. That's I just what I have watched from this team all year. They always find a way. And Crochet, when you need a big game from Crochet, it's been him all year.
Hmm.
All year. Like that dude is a leader, and he like 250 plus strikeouts,
Hmm.
18 wins. Like that's putting up big boy numbers.
It
And
really is.
he has answered the bell every time we've needed him.
You
So
you know what's interesting, and like as just as good as he's been, you could say make the argument that Freed and Rodon have been the same for the Yankees, right? They've basically won almost half of the Yankees games for them this year.
yeah.
Which is wild when you think about that, right? To have two guys that are almost 20 game winners. I just want to push back just a tiny bit because I think your bullpen's actually a little bit better than people want to give it credit for. It has
Oh, I agree.
it has been
The
hot and
Yankees,
cold, but
yeah,
uh, like, and I didn't realize this. I was not aware of it because I should have paid more attention to what Chapman was doing this year. But
yeah.
he is insane. He's blown one save all year
And it was in
in
May.
in May.
Yeah.
It's just it's wild what he does still. No Tommy John
He went a
surgery,
stretch
right?
this Yeah, he went a stretch this year where I think he faced 43 batters without letting up a hit.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Insane.
yeah. Like,
The issue,
um,
however, with the Red Sox, though, and this is something that concerns me, is that without Roman Anthony, you guys basically play 500 ball, and
yep,
that's
absolutely.
I think there that kind of shows what kind of well, obviously what kind of talent he brings to the table, but also the way the players rally around him when he's there, and
Yeah,
so I'm hoping you guys are able to shake that a bit. Um, But I mean, with the Yankees, if they're going to win this series, Judge needs to be a monster. They need to get good games out of their starters with Fried and Rodon. And like on paper, the Yankees I think have some of the best relievers and closers in the sport, but they need
they've
they
all been
need
awful this year.
yeah, they need the game to get to that point, and they need to be on come the playoffs in order for that to happen. So
Yeah,
it's wild that after a week, one of these teams is not going to be in it anymore. So,
the the problem is if this game gets to a game three for both teams,
mhm,
we both don't have starters that like we trust. Like Giolito's off the wild card roster because of an injury,
mhm,
and he was arguably our third best pitcher all year. And respectfully, Brian Bell is going to go game two. He's been kind of awful for a month. Month of September has not been kind to that man. Um, yeah, and I'm really hoping. My hope for tonight is this. My hope is that like uh, in a perfect world, Crochet goes 8. Chapman comes in for the ninth. That's it. We don't use the bullpen, and we save the bullpen for the last two games.
yeah, you might need
I
it.
would love to not see Garrett Whitlock tonight, not because we don't need him, but he's going to have to pitch some long relief innings, I think, in this series. I'd like to not use him in game one if
Yeah.
possible. So I have the Sox winning this in 3.
Okay. Yeah. I listen. I'd be equally as happy if the Sox won and the Yankees didn't. So yeah,
Yeah.
let's. I don't mind picking an underdog here because all three games are
Yeah.
going to be in New York, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah,
Yep.
let's go two underdogs. Why not?
Sure.
All right. So Cincinnati at the Dodgers. I mean they've got their game one is going to be Hunter Green versus Blake Snell. But just let's start the Reds. What a great story. And I feel like I hate that I just started with that because it makes it sound like they're not a very good team, but they've got a great manager and they've got two really, really good starters that I think is a huge plus for them. And something that the Dodgers I don't feel are looking forward to when playing the Reds. So I think having Hunter Green and Andrew Abbott, huge plus for them. The big thing is like, can they get enough hitting to make it worth it? And that's uh that's a big
Yeah.
question. But I mean, Francona, I know you don't know much about him, but kind of a special weapon and when it comes to the postseason. So just one of the true masters of the postseason. So um, the anything you wanted to mention about the Reds with what you think their chances are in this series?
People, I think people are just going to dismiss the Reds here. They have a real shot at this. I don't like, I know a lot of people haven't been watching a ton of the Reds this year, but like, they're a weird, goofy team that like love the shit out of each other. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you go and just watch when they clinched on the last day of the season, how happy they were, and that just is a team of just like weird. There was one guy that was just doing a pterodactyl dance for like 2 minutes
Yeah,
straight,
yeah, it was kind of
and like
strange, awkward, right?
and like that's just like the kind of team that Francona really thrives with, is a
Mm-hmm.
team that's just a bunch of fucking weirdos.
Mm-hmm.
See 2004 Red Sox as an example.
Yeah.
And I understand that this team is a young team. I get that, and I get that they're pitching. They don't have a lot of it. I understand that. The Dodgers bullpen is so bad this year. Like let's start with when Yamamoto this month had a no hitter with 1 out left, and they lost that game.
Yeah. Gave up what, 4 runs, 3 runs in the bottom
Yep.
of the ninth? Yeah.
Or the amount of Otani starts in the second half where he pitches shutout ball for like 5 innings and they blow it.
Mm-hmm.
This this Dodgers bullpen is weirdly bad, and I think that they could be had. There's no Kershaw in the wild card series, so it's going to be Yamamoto, it's going to be Otani, and it's going to be Blake Snell probably.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, Blake Snell's pitching
uh,
first in the first game. So yeah, it's wild.
and like Blake Snell hasn't been great this year. He's been hurt. I get that, but I think the Reds can steal game one here, and if they do, the Dodgers are going to be sweating this out. And I think the Reds are going to win this series. I think they're going to sweep this series. I'm just saying it now.
Well, so
I'm just saying it now.
can let me just say, with the Dodgers, postseason experience matters. Having guys,
Absolutely
yeah,
does.
having guys on your team that the moment isn't too big for them, guys like Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, Otani that have been there before. Listen, this team is loaded with postseason talent. They're not going to be in a moment that they're, oh no, we don't know what to do here. They've been in a lot of those
Sure.
games over the last, what, 5-6 years. But I mean, Otani's fire. Betts is finally looking good again. Um, I'm just, I'm not, again, fully concerned about their starting pitching. I think they'll get some innings out of that, but when the bullpen does come in, it could really be bad. And that's, I think, let me ask you, do you feel differently about this series if it's 5 games than if it's 3?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This is 5 games. Talent's going to win out.
Yeah.
But 3 games, anything can happen.
Yep.
And there's a reason historically playoff teams with bad bullpens never win the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason. Like, you can kind of get away with mediocre starting pitching and you can get away with okay hitting, but bad bullpens get exposed in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers bullpen has not been great this year. It's not. Tanner Scott's been kind of okay, but like after that, it's not great. It's not great. So I think the Reds have a real shot here. And it's not like they have an inexperienced manager.
No.
They have Francona, who ironically is going up against Dave Roberts. If that's not fun to think about for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Cincinnati's gonna sweep the series. I do.
Yeah.
Because I
Listen,
think the Dodgers bullpen's gonna like crumble.
I am going to ride the underdog train again. And I'll go
Yeah.
with you on this with Cincinnati because not only would it be kind of interesting to see LA lose and them not in the playoffs, but the story about Cincinnati, and you're right, there's something to be said about guys that it used to be like, oh, they're too dumb to understand the situation. Well, sometimes that wins. And you know what? Like, they might just have enough juice to be able to not care who they're playing against, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, let's go Reds on this, right?
All right.
Let's see. And I'm gonna say Reds in 2, by the way. Oh wait, it's got to be Reds in 2. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think
Well,
LA wins a
yeah, I mean,
game.
they could win it
They
three.
they
They could win it
they,
3 games,
they
but
could,
yeah.
right? But I'm thinking Reds in 2. Um, all right, then we've got San Diego at Chicago. Nick Pivetta versus Matthew Boyd in the first game. But let's start with San Diego. What does San Diego need to do to win this series?
They gotta figure their stuff out with starting pitching, man. Their starting pitching has just been all over the place this year. All over the place. When Nick Pavetta is your best guy, that's kind of saying all you need to figure out about this. Like, this is a team that like had every opportunity to win the division this year. And at one point, in, like August, they were up a game, and like then like they could never beat the Dodgers. They
Yeah.
just couldn't. And yeah. Really, it comes down to this: is Manny Machado going to produce in the playoffs finally? It's the long and short of it.
Your favorite
Like, and
guy.
also legally, I have to say this as well. Fuck Manny Machado. I
Yeah.
hate that man more than anything on this planet besides the Yankees.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if he
If he ever
becomes a
played for the
Yankee?
Yankees,
It'd be easy.
honestly, that would make things so much easier for me.
Yeah.
Because then I can bundle all of that hate in my heart to one place.
One place, right?
It's great. Um,
Yeah, I'm thinking of an 8 letter word beginning with V and ending with volatile. When
yeah,
it comes to their starting pitching, and it's just not great. But you're right. Their lineup needs to step up. One thing I was going to mention is like you had talked about Manny Machado, and he's kind of he is the home run hitter on this team. And
yeah,
you kind of need to hit home runs in the postseason to win games. It's a thing about October. You have to be able to
yeah,
hit home runs, and if you don't, they're really going to struggle. So I don't know who's going to step up if he's not doing it. Uh, and they're playing against a pretty decent team. So uh,
yeah. The thing with the Cubs that worries me is just their lineup has gone really like they've had such a big lead in that wild card that they've never really had to like kind of sweat it out. But
mhm.
their lineup got really cold in the second half.
Yeah, Crow
Like
Armstrong
Pedro,
just like disappeared. Yeah.
yeah, Kyle Tucker's kind of been hurt, and so like he's just been kind of a mess all over the place.
Hmm.
Like it's this is a this is going to be a weird series where two teams are just kind of like nobody can really hit in this series, and you're like, okay, well, somebody has to score a run here. So like,
Yeah.
who's it
E-
going to be?
Extra inning games, maybe.
Probably. Like I think though when it's all said and done, I think the Cubs win this series.
Yeah,
I do. They've done enough all year, and they're just a cohesive group.
hmm
And I think they're gonna do some damage. And I think that you win 92 games, like you've got to be a pretty decent team.
Yeah,
And like they were trying to catch Milwaukee, but Milwaukee was just like gangbusters this year. And
yeah,
I think the Cubs win this series.
yeah. I wanted to do the clean sweep with underdogs, but I can't. I think I've got Chicago too winning that, and I don't know. It's hopefully they can figure it out. You're right. You win 92 games. You do some things right. You got to figure it out.
Yeah,
So
and San Diego, for what it's worth, also have won. You know what I mean? Like they were, they won 90 games, which is no easy task.
right,
Like,
right.
and they've hung with the Dodgers for a while in that division race all year.
Yeah,
Like they
and
just,
they ping pong back and forth so many times.
yeah,
And don't forget, like this was the year we thought, like, oh, the Dodgers they may break the record for wins at the beginning of the year, and all the injuries started pouring in like the first month of the season. Not even it was like the first 2 weeks. It was like, oh well, here this guy's injured and this guy's in. Here we go. This is what we're dealing with now.
yeah,
All right. Well, those are our first four postseason games that we have for
yeah.
us, or series that we think. Again, just to recap, you said Cleveland, I said Detroit. You said the Yankee. Sorry, we both said
I was like,
Boston.
how dare you?
We both said
How
Boston.
dare you?
We both think Cincinnati, and we're both picking the Cubbies. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, those are the right picks. You should pick those too. And
yeah,
yeah, we'll take this video down if it's not true. So,
yeah. That's all right.
uh,
That's all right. Pretended it never existed.
yeah, have to
Yeah,
re-record or something. But
yeah.
we will. Anything else you want to say about baseball before we move on?
Just checking on your loved ones during the MLB playoffs. That's never the last few years have been really nice watching the playoffs and not having your favorite team in it because you can just kind of watch it pretty stress free, which is
Mhm.
really nice. Just check on your loved ones
Yeah,
who have teams in the playoffs. It's never a great time.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
remember
not
that.
fun.
I got you on speed
Yeah,
dial, bud. So,
yeah.
um,
04 and 2018 probably took off. I don't know, probably a solid 7 years off my life combined. So like,
there you go.
yeah, yeah,
Man, that last Braves World Series that was really difficult to go through, but
yeah.
it was incredible. Some very high moments that I really didn't think like, oh my God, is this really happening? You know, where you feel the pores open on your face and you're like, is it the booze or what is this right now?
Yeah. And you know what's great too is like like a baby for a week after because you're like,
Yeah.
finally you can unclench your butthole.
Oh, the first thing I did
Oh,
was wake up and order that World Series DVD and just oh
oh,
man,
it's so
you're
such a great
so
feeling.
happy like
Such a great feeling.
look at all this memorabilia. What don't I buy at this point, right? So
I
yeah,
still have my 2018 World Series Red Sox hat.
there you go.
I wear it all the time. Like,
Amazing.
yeah,
Um, all right, let's move on to the NFL. We've got some interesting news. I don't know if you caught this the other day, but CJ Gardner Johnson, did you see this?
yeah, I did. Yeah,
It was an amazing read of an article, and I can't say I
yeah,
was really surprised, but it came out he was released by the Texans after not being able to grasp Demico Ryan's playbook, like his whole scheme in general. But also there was like multiple blown coverages in each of the first few weeks, and then this last one, which really just put the cherry on top, was blaming teammates. Just
yeah.
woof,
Not a good look.
not a good look at all for a championship caliber player. A guy who just won a Super Bowl last year, played with the Lions before that. Like it just, oh man, really kind of classless. And kudos to the Texans from just moving on from a distraction to this team. And they went out this
Yeah,
week, and yeah, Tennessee is hot garbage right now, but they actually the
it's a
Texans shut him
shutout.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it just, man, just I don't see anyone bringing this guy in. I didn't see him sign anywhere else. Maybe I'm wrong and I wasn't able to find it, but I didn't see him signing anywhere else. And just yeah, people don't want guys like that in their locker room. Uh,
calling it right now. Philly's gonna sign him in about 2 weeks. Calling it now.
yeah, they might. I don't know. Just rough. But
Yeah,
I hate players that they go out there. I hate the actions of players that end up signing big contracts with a team. They realize like, oh, I'm not going to win as many games here as I did before, so let me see what I can do to kind of submarine this. And it's just
yeah.
really, really bad look on his part. And I still remember the day that he was playing for the Saints and he got in Brady's face and was talking smack to him, and Brady just didn't even acknowledge him. It was just
Yeah.
it's the funniest thing. It's too bad because he's made some excellent plays through the years for many different teams, and it just woof.
Yep.
In other kind of sad news, lots of injuries this week again. Lamar with his hamstring, obviously that kind of deterred that game a bit. I know it's hurting you in guillotine. It's hurting me in three different leagues. Not fun.
Kind of sweat out guillotine this week. Jesus.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. That makes me feel good.
Yeah.
That makes me feel real good. Well,
Hey, are you sweating out guillotine?
no, I have no
Oh, okay.
stress at all. None
Okay.
at
All right.
all.
Wait, why aren't you sweating
I'm
guillotine?
not in guillotine anymore. So
Oh, oh, right,
I
right,
don't feel
right.
stress from it. I don't feel bad. In fact, when I open up the standings to see where people are and how many points they've scored on the week, I'm smiling because I know there's someone getting cut soon and I don't have any stress over it. So it's
Yeah.
amazing. But yeah, lots of injuries. Tyreek Hill and Malik Neighbors both tear their ACLs. Tyreek Hill ended up tearing quite a bit more. But just really rough to see. Obviously, both really good playmakers. Malik Neighbors, one of the premier young wideouts in the league,
Yeah.
and that severely hurts the Giants uh,
The
big
the
time.
Tyreek Hill injury is actually really worrisome.
Hmm.
Like a dislocated knee on top of the torn ligaments. Like that's dudes don't ever come back the same, and he's already 32
Yeah,
as a receiver.
he had talked about this year might be his last year a few years ago. He had mentioned that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's something he just decides, hey, listen, I'm done with that. But um, what a downfall from Kansas City. Like he had one, I feel like one good year in Miami, and that was it.
Yeah.
Um, man, just really rough. So, but hopefully he's able to get back healthy. If he still wants to play football, great. But if not, then hopefully he's got other things planned for the rest on that. In some of the games this week, kind of interesting, right? The Seahawks, they had a nice little 28-second drive on Thursday night to beat the Cardinals. That was interesting. Um, the NFC West seems to be stacked, man. Like that it should even out in the next few weeks. They're going to play some divisional games, everything like that. But there's three teams that are 3-1, and the Cardinals are sitting there at 2-2. This seems like a fairly good division. Um, at least some of the teams I've really enjoyed watching the Rams play more games. It's nice to see them playing 1 o'clock on the 1 o'clock slate. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Even though this past week I think they were what at the 4 o'clock games against Indy, but previously I got to watch them, which was really really nice. Um, Yeah, we'll see kind of what happens there, but seems like Sam Darnold's getting it done there, and just anyone trying to second guess that like, oh, they got rid of Geno for Sam Darnold. Look at what's happening with Geno right now in Vegas.
Yeah.
It is not going well. So, um, yeah, woof. The Steelers. I don't know if you caught this game, but Steelers beat Carson Wentz and the Vikings in Dublin. Um,
You know what would have been dope if we had gotten more notice that Jalen Warren wasn't playing. That would have been nice.
yeah,
Would have been nice from a fantasy standpoint.
it was very close to game time. I think when he got ruled out, that wasn't fun.
Yeah,
But
some of us aren't awake yet.
yeah, that game in general, wow. Uh, to see the way the Steelers kind of popped out at the beginning, the huge run by DK Metcalf in Dublin just really lit the crowd up there. It's very weird watching an NFL game where like the stands go up one row of seating, like just one like 20 row section and that's it, and then it cuts off and you're like, "Oh, what is that? Oh, that's open air after that." It's they packed the stadium, but it's not a huge stadium to say. The ends are very low when you look from the end zone area.
Yeah.
Your Pats, listen, they absolutely smashed Carolina a week after they shut out Atlanta. So I don't know what's happening with them. Apparently, one week
It's
they're
it's
like we're world beaters, and the next we're like no, just kidding.
it's fine. We're playing Buffalo this weekend. I can't wait to get absolutely smashed on national TV.
Who knows whether
It's
that
because it's a Sunday night game.
Yeah, who knows
So
if that's actually going to happen? You just saw the way New Orleans was able to hang tight with Buffalo and Spencer Rattler, and I feel like I trust Drake May a little more than Spencer Rattler, but we'll see.
can we go back to the Steelers real quick? Because
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
want to talk about for a second
yeah.
that
Okay.
like there's a goddamn world where we're gonna have to see Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs. And I that makes me so angry because the rest of that division is so incompetent. It like Baltimore can't stop anything.
Yeah.
Cincinnati loves scoring 3 points a game
Hmm.
without Joe Burrow. Love it. And then well, there's Cleveland, who is has a reasonably good defense, but has nobody that can throw the ball. And that whole division, if you look at it, they all have negative point differentials.
Yeah, it is not going well for that division right now.
Mike Tomlin's gonna do it again. He's gonna have another winning record. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they don't. The Steelers' schedule is going to get tougher. They're going to play tougher teams, but it doesn't seem like those divisional games are going to be as tough as we once thought. Uh, and to be out with the lead that they have right now is definitely a very good advantage for them. I just, I don't know. I thought Minnesota's defense was going to, I didn't think they were going to get exposed like they did. Uh, they given up that 80-yard touchdown run, but I mean, Rodgers was just kind of having his way all day, right? Like, yeah, they sacked him a
Yeah.
couple times, but that was nothing, right? It just, I don't know. I just thought it was going to be much more difficult for Pittsburgh to be able to score. But who knows? Teams don't always travel well when they're going overseas. You never know what ends up happening because of that. And their defense has started to play better. They had a pick six or something. Maybe it wasn't a pick six. Maybe it was a fumble recovery. But Jalen Ramsey right at the beginning of the game that ended up getting called back off a
Yeah.
penalty. So I don't know. It seems like that defense is starting to play better together, which is a good thing. Uh, and
Also, real quick with that NFC North, I just want to apologize to the Detroit Lions, where I thought when I said like, "Hey, they're going to be kind of they," I don't think they're going to be nearly as good this year.
mhm.
I just want to apologize for that. This is why you don't listen to me. I don't know. I don't know anything. Like,
I loved all the talk leading up to this game where like Miles Garrett was like they haven't faced a defensive line like ours and Gibbs was like, "Oh, well, we're going to be able to run the ball really well." And they did. They put up a lot of points on this Browns defense.
they
So,
sure did.
yeah, they handled Cleveland very well. I You know what? It sometimes takes time to get things going, but Detroit looks like they're going to be all right. Um,
Yep. Yeah. I don't know why I Yeah, they're running back the same team as last year.
Yeah,
it
but
makes sense.
coordinators
Like
do matter, and you were right
they do.
a few years ago when you talked about Philly and that happening and the changes that it made. It has an impact, man. It really does. It definitely does. So, um, one thing I wanted to mention, Atlanta. We had mentioned Atlanta earlier. Like it was pretty awesome to see how they finally looked like the Falcons we were hoping for. Um,
That I know they just play well at home. That's
no,
it.
it was good to see Kyle Pitts on your bench too. Um, yeah.
Yeah, no, I
uh,
know. I have
but
to start. I have to start him this week because I have a lot of guys on buys.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I can't wait for him to get me 1.2 points. I am so ready for that.
Hey, listen, they actually looked really good. Bijan just he is so talented. What do he have? Almost 200 all-purpose yards,
Yeah,
and they wheeled him like reeled him back in the second half. Like they just started putting Tyler Algier in there and letting him run the ball, and I'm just like, oh man, like Bijan could have gone for like 250, 300 yards if they didn't pump the brakes on him.
it was the game where I like realized why you like Drake London so much, but he's never consistent about it.
Yeah, he had some really, really solid catches. He had one down the left sideline that was just like, oh man, it was unbelievable. He got up, he was fired up, and then they just kept going back to him. And I'm like, this is what they need to do, man. Like, he can be that alpha receiver, but they got to keep feeding him, you know? Um, let's jump around a little bit. We talked about alpha receivers and stuff. The Eagles they ended up holding on against the Bucks, but this was a very weird game. Like there was almost another insane Baker comeback, and
Yeah,
he's missing guys, and like people are getting hurt. First of all, uh, Kenyon Mitchell, I don't know what you're thinking going up against Tristan Wirfs. You got a death wish, bro. Like Tristan Wirfs, not only, and I don't know if you knew this, but not only did he play for Iowa, but he was also a high school wrestler
yeah, yeah.
and
No,
was an
tell by
absolute
looking at
monster. Yeah.
it. Yeah,
I don't know what you're thinking trying to go after him. He is a big, big man. But
yeah,
okay, dude. To each his
yeah,
own.
yeah. Talk your shit. Like, go for it,
Yeah,
man. It's not going to end well, and it clearly didn't for him,
yeah,
but you tried.
yeah. Good luck, bud. The
Yeah,
and I like Kenyon Mitchell. I think he's a great player, but
same. Yeah, I
pump
just
pump the brakes, bud.
just maybe go after somebody else.
Yeah,
I don't know. Hear me out. Like,
yeah. There's rumors now that have started to circulate about AJ Brown wanting out after this cryptic tweet. Yeah, I know you're loving this, aren't you?
do you? I can real quick. Can I just like? I just want to talk about what it's like to have Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown on a fantasy team together,
That's the experience.
and watching after the first half they had, I'm like, oh man, Jalen Hurts gonna have a big second half.
Mhm.
Do you know what it's like to watch your starting fantasy quarterback not complete a single pass in the second half? Do you know what that's like?
Yeah, when he puts
It
up a lot of points in the
hurts.
first half, I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna score
No,
45 points today, and then no, he didn't. Uh,
no,
yeah,
no.
really
It's
rough,
cool.
man. Really
It's
rough.
cool.
I
Yeah, AJ Brown's like mad though. It's
yeah,
not great.
consistency would be a great thing on that team, and I feel like he would be much happier if he was getting the ball a lot more. And I feel like this offense is going to open up everything when he does start to get the ball more. Him, Dallas Goddard, Devonta Smith, those are playmakers, right? And they all, when they catch balls down the field, open things up and they need to be played respectfully so they can't. It opens things up for Saquon, right? It just, I, I don't know. It's like they don't know what they're doing. I, I don't.
Yeah, it's they're the most unhappy 4-0 team I've seen. It's
Yeah,
wild.
right? Like that's the craziest thing. This team could go off and win the Super Bowl again this year, and then we're just laughing about this. But like, it's like all these things are going well. Like the young guys on defense that they have that they brought in and drafted, the guy out of Alabama that was hurt and stuff, but he's playing really well for them. Like
Mhm.
Vic Fangio is like morphing these guys into really good players, and we're sitting here complaining about getting the ball and we can't score points in the second half when we put up what 28 in the first half. Like, come on, what are we doing
Yeah.
here? It just I don't know, man. I really don't know. That I can deal with though. Like not going out and completing a pass, I can deal with. But you want to know something I can't deal with?
What's that?
Stupidity.
Oh boy.
And
Yeah, I knew
and
we were going to talk about this.
yeah, okay. So the Rams, they end up cooling off my Colts, but it might have had a different result if Adonai Mitchell, who I don't know, feels like he's somebody in this league.
It just, you know what it looked like? It looked like his hands just had spasms. That's what it just looked like. The way the ball came out of his hand, you're like,
I've
did he
s-
just?
yeah. What
It
an
was just wild.
what an idiot trying to showboat instead of actually crossing the goal line first. It's like how many times does this need to happen in the league before these young guys figure it out? Like maybe I shouldn't do that. Like
It happens once every couple of years.
yeah,
It's a
it's
nice reminder.
so even once a year I get that and stuff, but like this is so dumb. So
Yeah.
dumb. I mean the other question about this game and like I really want to know this, like when is a team gonna shut down Puka Nakua?
I want to read you Puka Nakua stats real quick through
Yeah.
4 games. Just the fact that he only has one touchdown is comical to me.
Can you
Okay.
also give me the targets too for him?
Sure, I would love to.
Okay.
He has 50 targets. Okay.
50.
He's been targeted 50 times in 4 games. Okay.
Hmm.
He's caught 42 of them. He's caught 42 of them for 503 yards.
Uh, I can't.
Yeah.
He's ridiculously good, man. He just is. They'll
I
go to
watched
him on back-to-back plays, and guys are still like he's still catching the ball. 10 yards, 12
that
yards. Here
Colts
we go.
game. Like they had one job, and it was to stop Puka
Mm.
Nakua, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Turns out nobody can.
Yeah.
So
They
don't feel
turned
bad about it.
they turned him into the new like and I hate to say this because Cooper Cup was really, really good there, but like kind of the new more taller, more not more yards after catch, but like his A dot is higher. His average depth of
Yeah.
target is higher than Cooper Cup had. He's just a good receiver and very, very reliable and makes some
Yeah.
ridiculous catches sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know anyone in the league that cannot like this guy, but I know there's probably people out there that are like, yo, if he tries to do that against us, I'm going to just tee off on him. And I really hope that
Great.
doesn't happen because, like,
Good luck covering because nobody can.
yeah,
Like,
but you know, guys take cheap shots and stuff like that.
mhm.
I don't want to see that happen to him because he's just an awesome player. Really, really cool to watch. And I'm happy for Devonte Adams being there too because he doesn't need to be the guy, but as soon as they go his way, he is that guy, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it,
It's been nice. Like Nakua's just taking up double teams, and it's leaving Devonte Adams one on one, and he's getting those catches, man. Like,
yeah, I'm very excited to see what this team's going to be able to do in the next few games, but also in the second half because I feel like there's going to be a collision course coming with Philly again, and they have a bad taste in their mouth with how things, ended last in this past game. Not this past one, the one from week 3. So I really think Sean McVay is gonna, he's gonna stay up all night anyways, but he's gonna be able to figure it out, and maybe his plantar fascia will heal by then. He'll be running up and down the sideline again. Yeah,
he's got to be at full strength.
yeah,
Got to be at full strength.
it's gonna be wild. The Chiefs, they end up beating the Ravens pretty handily, but correction, they beat them up physically
Yeah.
and hurt the Ravens. The Ravens lost a ton of guys to injuries in this game. We also just found out today that Matabike, he's done for the year with a neck
Yeah.
injury,
I
which
saw that. That's huge.
yeah, that's really sad. And just because he's such a great playmaker on this defense, and they really are going to miss him a lot. But I think how long Lamar's going to be out, which we don't know yet, is really going to have a big impact on this team. Some of the
Yeah.
bright spots, though, Mahomes looked really good, kind of like vintage Mahomes a bit. I don't know if it's gonna continue to be that way or not, but we'll
I
see.
will say the Chiefs defense kept Lamar in check before the injury. Like,
Yeah, they were able to
I
catch him
know
a lot of times.
I know that, like, you look at the stats and he had 48 yards rushing on 6 carries. He had 147 yards passing on 14 and 20. And I know what those stats like tell you, but like if you watch the game, they had guys spying him the whole time. And
Yeah,
like Lamar just Lamar couldn't figure out Spagnuolo's defense.
He wasn't able. So his best trait is his agility, right? Being able to
Yeah,
outmaneuver people. And when he would try to do that, they were there, man. They wrapped, they tackled effectively against him. It wasn't like they tried to hit him up high or could get juked by him. They made very sound tackles on him and basically pinned him into a space where he was moving in between his own linemen to try to find running lanes, and it was very very difficult for him to do that.
yeah.
I rewatched that game, just the 40-minute segment on it, and oh my
Mm.
god, like it was crazy to see how much they pinned him in. It was
Oh
super
yeah,
tight. The Chiefs finally look good, right? Worthy was back. What, 2 more weeks here, and then they're going to have Rashee Rice back. Like, they could be hitting at the right time. And just as we were basically saying, like, oh man, this is, that we could be looking at the Chiefs not making the playoffs. And that's what a lot of commentators were saying.
yeah,
Amazing how different things are after 1 week. So,
yeah. They've been doing this for a long time. They know
oh,
what's up.
yeah, Andy
Like,
Reid, Steve Spags, they kind of know what they're doing. And when you got a guy like Mahomes at the helm, man, and that
doesn't
defense is
hurt.
is playing well. Chris Jones showing up late from a funeral, um,
Yeah, his
which
aunt's funeral. Yeah,
yeah, which was kind of sad. But him being able to show up and play it's always a difficult thing. But he looked good, man. He looked good. And that
yeah,
guy, it's so amazing when you see guys like him. They don't end up with a sack or something like that during the game. You're like, oh, they must not have had a good game, but not realizing they're getting double teamed or triple teamed on every single play, and it's freeing up other guys on the defense to make plays like George Karlaftis, right? Like it's these guys were able to make plays because of how much he absorbs. Um, yeah, so we'll see what's in store for the Chiefs coming up here. The Bears, they win by blocking a late field goal attempt. The Raiders, like, what the fuck is going on here, man? Like Gino with 3 picks, it's just
yeah.
I don't
It's
know,
not
and it's
great.
and it's weird too because Genti really had a good game, like his first
Yeah,
really good game.
he busted off that big run. Yeah.
Yeah, it just
You know what I just wish for the Raiders? I wish they would use Genty more in the passing game. He was
yeah.
so good at that in college, and I just
Yeah.
like I don't. What are we doing? Like,
Yeah, and Geno Smith had enough practice with that, being able to throw to Ken Walker when he was in Seattle. I don't know why they're not doing it. It makes me
yeah,
think the play calling is not that good.
which
Um,
is why because they have Chip Kelly, who's a good offensive mind. Like,
yeah, but they're just not looking good right now. It just not at all, man.
it
Uh,
makes me sad that we lost to them. Like, we made them look like all pros in week one. It's wild to
yeah,
me.
I don't know, man. It's kind of tough.
Yeah,
The Packers and the Cowboys, they kiss their own sisters. Do we need to say
he
anything out
sure
about
did.
that? Like, I mean,
That
what?
game took forever.
Yeah,
That game was a long time.
it really was. And I'm convinced now Dallas's defense can't stop anybody. The Giants and now Green Bay, like
No,
everyone's scoring 40 on Dallas. It's crazy. But this week, actually, Green Bay gets a little bit of a rest. They get some reprieve because they're on bye. So is Atlanta, Chicago, and Pittsburgh. Um, and it's kind of a cool thing. This week, we get a pretty solid Thursday night game with San Francisco at the Rams. That's going to be
yeah,
interesting. Two 3-1 teams going against each other. Some solid Sunday matchups too. Broncos and
yeah.
Eagles. What a matchup, right? Vic Fangio maybe getting some revenge. I don't know.
It's
Uh,
hoping.
I'll tell you, if the Eagles don't get it figured out, I mean, Patrick Surtain is going to have AJ Brown blanketed. So if there's a game that he's going to freak out in, it's probably going to be this one.
Yeah.
Also, we get Bucks and Seahawks, which is like the Seahawks have been quietly doing very well. I think. No, it's Houston. But I was thinking that the Seahawks have given up some of the fewest points on the season, and testament to Mike McDonald and his system and stuff. But they just, I mean, this is going to be a good game between two very good teams. And Baker is just must watch football every week. I feel like he is now. You never know what's going to happen. No game is out of reach for him. It's amazing. And then we get to top it off with a nice Monday Night Football matchup, which I hate saying this because the Jaguars are mentioned, but Chiefs and Jags sneakily becomes an interesting game now.
Well, I think this is kind of a good litmus test for the Jags. Like, hey, you're 3-1.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you a real 3-1 team, or are you just frauds?
Well, and that's kind of the question when you think about it, right? Like they're going up against a Chiefs team that definitely needs another win. The Chiefs do not want to go back in the other direction at all. And we're gonna kind of see what they're made of. But the teams that the Jags have beat, yeah, they had a good win over the 49ers with Mac Jones. Uh, Not sure I really like
Yeah.
that, but they beat the Texans, who it seems like can't. They can. They let up the fewest points in the league, but they can't seem to score many points, other than shutting out Tennessee this past weekend. They lost to the Bengals, right, and that heartbreaker at the end, and then they
Yeah.
beat the Panthers. So they really haven't beat a great full powered football team right now. I honestly think Jacksonville's going to get rolled in this game. I think it's going to be really bad.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. Fantasy.
Got killed in Bennett League this week because I forgot there was a Europe, there was an Ireland game. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest with you, and so I forgot to move my lineup around, and then just kind of fucked me the whole week. Had Jordan Love on my bench, had Kyle Pitts on my bench, which I never thought I would say. Um, Not a great week. It wouldn't. I don't think it would have mattered either way. The team I played, they put up 157. Nothing I can
Yeah.
do with that.
Yeah.
Like that's
Josh has a good team, man. It's really
like, you know
it's
what I mean?
tough.
Like that's sometimes in fantasy, there's a week where it's like, well, I could have made all the right moves and it wasn't going to matter.
Yeah. You know what
And that's what
sucks
it was.
is my guys popped off this week and I still lost. That is a bad feeling because Lamar, I just needed him to be able to score 10 more points and I would have won. But he
Yeah.
got hurt, and I'm convinced that he would have scored at least 10 more points. Like he's kind of
Yeah.
matchup proof in many games. He's shown that over the last few years that he's matchup proof. But apparently the only one to do that now is Josh Allen. He's the guy that's matchup proof now. So yeah, fantasy has not gone well in Bennett League. I'm 0-4, but I will remind the viewers that last year you were 0-5 and came back and won the
Sure.
crown. So
Yeah.
my other leagues
Uh,
I
I
ended
just,
up doing well in though, so I'm happy.
I just sweat out guillotine. I had to sweat out a Monday nighter. First one of the season, baby.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
kind of I wanted to cut you anyways, just because like uh, the guy that got cut instead of you, John Lacasse or
He's getting
LaBass,
married on Saturday.
yeah, he's getting
Yeah.
married on Saturday, and I feel really bad cutting him this week. So, if you're,
Hear me out.
yeah,
Score more points.
yeah, what? Oh,
Hear me
wow,
out.
wow.
Like,
Yeah, kind of a tough one, man. But we just want to take a minute and give John a little shout out and just say like we love you, bud, and we're very happy for you that you're getting married this weekend. And I wish I could
now
be
for the
there.
viewers at home,
Yeah.
this is not Mr. Eighth Place John. That's a different John.
No, 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 no. Who, by the way, is in first place in the Bennett League.
Yeah, I'm aware. No, I'm
Oh,
well aware.
okay, all right.
If he wins the league this year,
Oh God.
I might just retire from
Yeah,
fantasy
you
football.
will have to
But
change your phone number.
no, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to block him on Instagram. That's really what it's
Yeah,
gonna have to be.
yeah, it's gonna be real bad, man.
Yeah.
You will not be safe anywhere, and he will not let you live it down.
No, I
Uh,
know. No,
Anything else you wanted to mention for the kids at home?
no. We're not here next week. Yeah, I'm taking a work trip to Texas. So to Austin, more specifically.
Yeah,
So I'm hoping I can eat my weight in barbecue, and that if I have to give blood, that it's going to come out 42% barbecue sauce. So
yeah. I mean, hopefully,
it's
and
the
some
hope.
vinegar. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh man, I hope you have the best barbecue there because Austin's got incredible places to eat. Um, Definitely a lot of fun when we went. I went with Fred and Bob, and ooh, that was a trip. So a lot of fun.
Golly.
But guys, everyone else, we hope you guys have a good 2 weeks. We'll be back in two. We'll try to catch you guys up on baseball, everything like that. Give a little bit of reflection, and then we may know what's happening with the divisional series, championship series for baseball
Yeah.
at that point. So It's going to be a little colder next time we talk, but everyone, I hope you guys do well. And, buddy, I love you.
I love you too, man. Hey, stay safe.
You too. Peace.
Peace.